Good afternoon, it's Midcap Radar time, live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios. I am Hormas Fatakia. With me as always is Vivek Iyer, and it is a very good day if you are a bull because the market is back at the highest point of the day after seeing some profit booking from higher levels, and we are back at that 22,800 mark, Vivek.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, Hormas. Small cap index up over 2%, mid cap index over 1.5%. Nothing much more that a bull can ask for, especially if you're invested in the smaller or the broader end of the markets. We have quite a lot lined up on the show. Let's start off with the top headlines. Bulls in control as the market recovery continues on steady global cues. Broader markets lose momentum. Consumer durables, auto and metals lead the charge.
Shareholders investing in PB Health must not do so only for profits but for a purpose. That's the word coming in from PB Fintech CEO Yashish Daya as the listed entity invests close to 700 crore rupees in its healthcare foray. Daya clarifies that PB Fintech's stake in the healthcare entity will not cross 25 to 26%.
Core-rich consumer also climbs higher as brokerage firm Goldman Sachs says it's bullish on the stock with a target of 1,370 rupees a share. Says the company is poised to be the fastest growing FMCG in their coverage in 2026.
HAL or Hindustan Aeronautics has gained on the back of a UBS note. The brokerage has issued a buy rating but has cut its price target to 4,800 from 5,700 earlier. It has added that the market's negative perceptions are misplaced and it expects no impact from the recent weakening central government capex.
Varun Beverages gains over 4% after DAM Capital issues a buy call with a target of 670 rupees a share. Says the recent stock price correction offers an attractive entry point.
Back at the highest point of the day is the index, and it's nearing a key resistance zone which is at 22,800. Remember, for a better part of the February series, that 22,800 zone became a very important support. It managed to defend that, but then once we broke below that, we saw a very sharp 1,000-point fall on the index. And now, after making that 21,964 low earlier in the series, the index has now gained almost 800 points from those lows, and now we are headed back towards that 22,800 mark. So it'll be interesting to see if we manage to sustain A at these levels and B go beyond that as well. But as Vivek was mentioning earlier, the broader markets are not far behind. The small cap index is up 2%. The mid cap index too is having a very good day for itself, up 1.5%. So the recovery continuing there as well from lower levels. Remember, the broader markets have taken a bigger beating compared to the benchmark index, and there are plenty of movers in the broader markets, and Vamakshi is here to tell us just that. Vamakshi, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Hormas. It's a good afternoon for the mid-cap index as well, right? And let's look at some of the stocks that are actually contributing to the gains that we're seeing on the mid-cap index. Mid-cap index was up nearly 1.5%. Mastech is one such name, up nearly 17% today. Keep in mind that the stock was under pressure since the last 5 sessions, and today it is seeing a very strong comeback, up nearly 18%. Ratnamani Metals too trading close to the day's highest point, up nearly 8.2%. This is in fact the biggest intraday advance since Jan 2024. Welspun Living too up nearly 10% higher, and Raymond trading close to 12% higher. Keep in mind the capital marketplace continue to be in focus. They were beaten down since the beginning of the year, but all of these stocks have now reversed and are recovering quite well. 361 WAM is up nearly 6%. Motilal Oswal CAMS as well as CDSL are some other counters that are gaining in the trading session today. Apart from that, we'll also focus in on some industrial names. Triveni Turbine continues to gain up nearly 10%. Kirloskar Oil Engine, keep in mind that there was a note from Motilal Oswal and they saw a significant upside in this stock yesterday, and the stock continues to build on to that momentum today. Today, that stock is trading higher by almost 8%. Apar Industries as well as CG Power, all of these counters are trading anywhere between 2 to 5%. Apart from that, let's also focus in on the media index. Keep in mind that media as a sector was one of the top sectoral losers yesterday, and today it has reversed and in fact is the top sectoral gainer today. Dish TV is one such counter which is pushing the index higher, up nearly 4.6%. We also have PVR Inox in the back of a brokerage note from Nuvama. They appear to be quite bullish on this counter, up nearly 5%. Tips Music as well as Z Entertainment too holding strongly in the trading session today. On the flip side, let's look at the stocks that are actually trading lower in an otherwise very strong market. That list includes Hitachi Energy. The stock was up yesterday, so some profit booking out here. Home First Finance, on the other hand, is trading at its support level. Right now, it's trading at 979. So it'll be interesting to watch out for whether or not this level sustains. Krishna Medical as well, that stock is down nearly 2.2%. And Bharti Hexacom as well, that stock is down nearly 2%.
Thank you so much, Vamakshi, for joining us and giving us a clean gist of what exactly is transpiring and moving as far as the broader end of the markets are concerned. Let's now welcome Shrikant Chauhan from Kotak Securities for a quick technical check on the market. Good afternoon, Shrikant. Thank you so much for joining us. Give us a sense of what exactly you expect indices to do from here on. There's been a sharp bounce, the Nifty up over 1%. Do you think this particular rally can sustain?
Good afternoon, Vivek. Good afternoon, Harmas. Nifty, yes, today Nifty has given many bullish indication signals. It has broken the level of 22,600 with a gap, and now it is sustaining above the levels of 22,700, 750, which is certainly positive for the market. Based on its technical formation, I am of the view that the stock has spent a lot of time between the range of 600 and 300, and now the next level to watch out for would be 23,000, and in the best case scenario, 23,300. So I am of the view that we should look for adding long position even at current levels, more on dips, and we have to keep a stop loss around 22,500. So that should be the final stop loss for creating any positional long trade on the Nifty. The Bank Nifty is also supporting, and Nifty IT has already fallen to its extreme levels. So there we could see some consolidation, but Bank Nifty should support the entire breadth of the market. So broadly, I think from here, we should look for 23,300 in the near term.
What about specific stocks, Shrikant? What's on your radar?
Afternoon, Hormas. In this particular up move, we saw specific buying interest in chemical and fertilizer stock. And in that space, Chambal Fertilizer is definitely doing well. It is relatively outperforming. But we also like Deepak Fertilizer, which is currently trading around 1110, 1120 sort of levels. And if we consider its current up move, then the next leg of the rally should be somewhere around 1400 levels. So at current levels, Deepak Fertilizer looks very attractive to buy and hold with a target of 1400, and we can keep stop loss around 1050 for the same. We also like CDSL, and there also if we see the daily technical pattern of the stock, then it is diverging positively on RSI as well as on few other momentum oscillators. And as per MACD, it is not lagging the momentum. In fact, it is gaining the momentum. So here also, I'm expecting stock to move towards 1300 levels, and we can keep stop loss around 1000 for the same.
Thank you so much, Shrikant, for joining us, giving us a view on markets, the index levels, as well as your individual stock picks. Well, as we now slip into a short break, here's some good news for our viewers. India's business news leader is now just a click away. Introducing CNBC-TV18's all-new app. Get instant access to breaking news, in-depth articles, and financial world updates at your fingertips. Download the CNBC-TV18 app now from the Apple Store or Google Play Store, or just scan the QR code on your screen.
Welcome back. Some very interesting movers that Vamakshi highlighted just a few minutes earlier. Mastek is one of them. Now, even at the highest point of the day, 18% higher now on the stock. And as of now, we've seen almost 36 lakh shares being traded on the stock already, and yesterday's volume was only 2 lakh shares. So it shows the kind of volume surge that Mastek has seen, and only 14% of the total number of shares that have been traded so far are marked for delivery. So interesting move seen on Mastek. And the other one is Paytm, and that stock too continues to hold on to gains of around 7%. The stock reversed exactly from its 200-day moving average, which was around 689, 690, and since then it has moved from there. So 6% higher for Paytm as well. But the other stock that's doing well for itself in today's trading session is Hindustan Aeronautics, or HAL, and that is on the back of a brokerage note from UBS. Upasna is here to tell us more on that. Upasna, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Hormas. Well, certainly the stock continues to remain in focus today. The UBS has given a buy rating on the stock and cut the target price by 15% to 4,800 per share. And it has also lowered FY26 revenue by 3%. Now, the brokerage believes that the market's negative perception is misplaced and has also reiterated a constructive view on the stock, as it believes that the LCA MK1A Tejas delays are transitory, with revenue only delayed and not impacted. It expects no impact from the recent weakening central government capex and estimates a total addressable market of nearly about 86 US billion for HAL in the medium term, and it has also emphasized that HAL has delivered on P&L expectations led by stable, profitable MRO business of the company. It also believes that the current share price is overly factors in the manufacturing delays that were seen by the company, and company is working with GE on accelerating the supply of F404 engines, which was a key trigger for the stock, which led to the downfall in the past few months, which was one of the main market concerns. Now, the brokerage says that overall it limits the impact of FY26, FY27 earnings with an upside risk to the consensus orders. When it comes to defense ordering, it believes that the FY26 may be an inflection year, with HAL being a key beneficiary. When it comes to the order book of the company, it may ramp up by 3 times by FY27 is what the brokerage believes, also coupled with stable execution over FY26 to FY27, implying a 19% CAGR is what the brokerage has highlighted. So all in all, this was the key takeaways why the stock is buzzing in trade today.
Thank you so much, Upasana, for joining us and telling us what exactly UBS had to say as far as HAL is concerned. The stock at the day's highest point up over 4% in the session. But moving on, the other set of stocks that are doing very well in the session today are consumer stocks, and the focus on the back of multiple brokerage notes that have come in. Mangalam is here with more details.
Well, one of the top gainers yesterday was Godrej Consumer, even as the other consumer stocks were not doing particularly well. And today we know the reason why, because there has been a note that has come in from Goldman Sachs this morning. They are positive on the stock. They have a target price much higher than what the current stock price is as well. For Godrej Consumer, they are looking at close to around 1,700 rupees in terms of a target price. And what they like is that the third quarter was just an aberration from a growth standpoint for the company and a margin standpoint. They believe that, going forward with the levers that the company has posted, the growth would return for them. And for FY26 itself, among all the consumer stocks that they track, Godrej Consumer would be the fastest growing. So as a result of which, they reiterate their positive stance on the stock. The other one that I'm looking at is, Varun Beverages. But just a word on Godrej Consumer, also in focus because investors are meeting the company today at the CLSA, India Consumer Tour. So to that extent, it will be important to know, whether there is any action coming in from any of the investors in terms of purchase decisions on the counter as well. The other one is Varun Beverages. Over the last few trading sessions, it's been buzzing this month itself after a big decline. So, brokerages were writing on that over the last few trading sessions. And we also got the annual report of the company that came by. And in that, there were levers that the company had posted, which says that, it could do better than competition when it comes to their capacity, their reach, and also the growth prospects coming in from their Africa foray itself. We have DAM Capital, which has written that this correction in the stock provides a great entry point, and they are buyers on the stock as well. And remember, seasonally too, between March and May, we see higher sales of summer products, including the likes of those that Varun Beverages makes, and as a result of which, we are seeing some further purchase in this counter.
So up 10% in the last 5 trading sessions. Mangalam, thanks a lot for that. Regaining some of the lost fizz is Varun Beverages. We take a short break, but we get you more on the markets and specific stocks on the other side. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Midcap Radar. Well, one stock that's doing very well today is Policy Bazaar or PB Fintech. Remember, the stock fell 10% over the last 2 sessions. This is after last week the company announced its plan to invest 696 crore rupees in its subsidiary PB Healthcare Services Private Limited in the next financial year to expand operations. The new venture, PB Healthcare, co-founder of PB Fintech, Yashish Daya, will hold 4.2% stake for an investment of 87 crore rupees, while Alok Bansal will hold 2.1% stake for an investment of 43.5 crore rupees, while Sarbavir Singh, along with Mandeep Mehta and Bhaskar Joshi, will own 0.11% stake each. In fact, earlier today we spoke to Yashish Daya, and he said the primary objective of shareholders agreeing to participate in PB Healthcare must not be profitability. There is a 50% chance that this foray will fail, as PB Fintech stake in healthcare venture will fall to 25% versus the 33.36% initially envisaged. Let's listen in to excerpts of this conversation.
By the time round 1A and 1B are over because it's done in 1A and 1B, I think PB Fintech would be down to about 25-26%. Financial return is not the sole driver for Policy Bazaar either. The primary objective of Policy Bazaar is to grow insurance penetration in India, specifically in health insurance and term insurance. I think there is a 50% chance the project will fail. There's a 50% chance it might succeed. If it succeeds, it will be very big. When you talk about PB Health, it is there is an investment going in of about 2,000 to 2,500 crores from various investors. Many of them are pure financial investors, and they have no reason to invest except for the financial return they expect to make out of that. Like in any agreement, you cannot disclose people till the deal is done. I just wanted to clarify, the cash has not come in yet. The cash will come in over the next 120 days, right? Yeah, but without the cash, nothing can happen. No, I just wanted to explain. The money will come in perhaps by July end. So we should have an operation ready, some sort of an operation ready by about December, which is about 5 months after the cash comes in.
Interesting comments from PB Fintech. The stock is at the highest point of the day as well. But with that, we call time on this edition of Midcap Radar. We leave you with the Nifty on the cusp of 22,800 at the highest point of the day. From Vivek, me and the team that put this show together, thank you so much for watching. MF Corner for the next 30 minutes.